Yeah, Baba. Yeah, Baba.
Hello, Timofemo, your time, I'm a fam, wa too, can by Nintete TV. Oira, don't, I can offer Benny, you call me in one now, dear and Chaka Menenwe, no if it were drum on you work me echo, you are a job, if no, your Mimba Ode, my name, me, habo, woman, in bed, Nintete Obobiashon, aka Mr. Independent, or fine, o subscribe, Queboli, Bomodeni, o subscribe, Bomodeni, o Jalin Kenny, o Kenhame, ni Ofoni, o Charmeni, I remember fit away. I've been a Kajo, a Jomokonos, Monochon, Bomodeno, comment section, Incanio, no fan only, I can watch them, Oira, don't, for a while now, in Canada, Kubona, Kashigbi, or Bakani, Kukuni Budi, and John, I can lele, Canio, no fan on, I can watch them, what can you, I've been no bolly, number for the channel, a screen, and email, when you reach out to me on WhatsApp, you when you see me voice note, when you try me, she called try me, depending on any your ecolema, she called me voice note, that is the best option. Born a benichon, well, my Bubuini, my responding, my Bagbin, who calls me, no send him email when Obanyo Kawujam, Oira, don't ya wabotiami. Well, surely before no babote means money a backpano. When you mean go fit our walk away, a bomodem work support, or find a beji, Leonard Godfrest 4655. Leonard Godfrest 4655. Leonard Godfrest Numo Iradon wa denche. Thank you so much for your support. I truly appreciate it. Iradon my job wa denche. Leonard Godfrest 4655. Iradon ya waboti ami. Ole mene Auntie Sarah send me video ko. And Miss Monica no agency abo. Dani no ni many wo yo you mo mene doni wo you ole Ghana be where problem why. Where your problem wa denche no le can you one ya no one fe again be many me one for shiki ame bu wo e ke bo no go ni malaka ame bu wo yen kokok gbe no gbe na fe na ke gravel say hwe no me wete alo abobo ya na me low gravel say nkana kan video ba chonbo agbene nwe ole ake ngegmene speaker abam Bagbin no ji the main story me the living in the story spie ban phone no me nke director ake ngmene le when story spie ni wo ba fi she ni wo ba gbe na ne ke no ni speaker Bagbin ejegbe Akuffo Addo atwele wa de njege ko Akuffo Addo bo oke parliament ba shelashi ma chonbo ake man pass ma ejegbe mala atwele ko eje no go bibio ma no ni nke gba ke speaker Bagbin engma Akuffo Addo atwele mala atwele ye anti gay bill na LGBTQI+ bill na no mene speaker Bagbin ejegbe head Akuffo Addo na mala atwele ni me expect majority efi amena pe bona beninchon efi amena pe wa de nche no bole masmo ni wabote na kansanem ke there are other stories if time permits ismoni bole ka oba bi ismoni se ba che makwa ka manye na kan stories afita eyan bon lo show le before no oba ya no me na mismo ni we pay a very a tribute, Bona Beninchon. Kaya one of the legends when it comes to high life music in Ghana. Bona Beninchon. Mene wache George Dakun. Wache George Dakun. Inke picture egme screen no enhabo. Koni ke onye ekpe no fie no kaile agbene nwe keji olele nwe kono olele especially boli in generation be wate me be we enjoy lalachi wole money poten ni fi bona beninchon George Dakun le picture ngegme shengmene afita wonyeme ke wocheme ke woname ke wonime ye boli gboyin aje afita me gboyin aje no nyumale jole ye efe ne yo ole miss money as a tribute to him one of George Dakun lalaji ni mo famous sumo mene in a old performance school ni a perform na kan lala ofane ngba me screen no abo no kwa ni boli woke bill le farewell ofane nya wo kwa wo che George Dakun Right, so if you're like one watch George Darkney, born a Benicio, one of the classics, one of the all-time classics when it comes to high life music, Boli, watch George Darkney, when you make a watch a metra, what the encha Ebasha no, ni what try mark, what try any mofemo filo, Wana need to tell you in that drum says any the king to yeah, but in filo, I could tibla for Kagamenon, anyways, Wally, so there you have it. Right, so now what about me? To my look, where your problem is as a people, where your problem ni inkobo dana ke look keji many wo fon shiki wo ha me ame babu wo woni fe mo fita woni fe mo fita wa na me babu wo ona benincho woni fe mo fita wa na babu. It's like ole Kennedy Japan you are no eke. The Ghanaian is naturally born bad. Ona benincho and nagan statement there kometo ole it took me a while for me to understand him. Bona benincho she ole keji o kwani bi komeni wadenche wo fi o here. I mean the statement is not out of place. Bona benincho because if you am in akpake to mo benin ko bo kebatabi ane wadenche wo fi o ni bi komeni ba egba wo na olo ni je government is on the government is on the nibi nika government fe ha wo ninja wo fiti ole wo baayi wo fiti ole ke batabi ane won lo dre ken wo gota miolo nikini ne da ne mayue ke batabi ane won mamo chuji ye eni wo liake ene me ke oma esanu na won feolo ona benicho I mean nibi pp government buildings ke batabi ane won fitele wo ke no fe no government ba fe wo ke ko to ayu ababi bo government o pani ni eni machine bo no you anebo ochenomi allow me the government you understand what I'm saying? I don't understand what is wrong with the average Ghanaian. What didn't you know when you were by Galam says and in okay, what didn't you know Dane won't fitele? Eke one me back boy we banana fitele. Video na anti Sarah can send me Benin Kabo Kachoni and no money menene eke video send me. Onu mshishi ya inkoko beno bena afe ya inkoko inkoko to enyinam ke inkoko to ebrim beno ni gravels na ke hwe beno ona benicho before abata ale me alo abobo ya na me low gravel say I mean clear like a whole stretch of the road I mean low dabi wo ye jomokla bele nche wo ba fo then government ba fe gbe e hawo ke government ba fe gbe aba fi teshika na aba fi ne ka akeshoje bowo to lo over ne komo video
apa we nyina no se nso to kakra bi a nani nyina fe na asase na etutu na mo ambasa demonstration masa boko janko ye ni abre ko na mo se kwan no suba we ya de bobra abusia hwe kwan na ye no aha ye enkoko to anyinam enkoko to ebrem ekwan ya ye no enwie ana womo ankasa yiro mo ho na he womo dwiri anwea na wo so gravels na wo so womo dwiri ensaban ka so ye kwan 3 lanes ebi nam ha na ebi nam ha we se ni yasesa timamufo na
over ne be na bolenche komo amebu api una on the side no ne amebu no mo eche menene ba na me na esa me na
nkoko to ayi friend say brem kwan ye nyina ye nim se ne kwan ne tie ensaban so be ne asphalt we ntu we aban sa bebo ka e de fofo aguso na wonya ne sa mfa mamo oh ya hadwen me pa mo cho mumu ndwe ngwan ana me fra we say highway authority for no mo mra asa me fra highway authorities no mo ba say ana say me fra nkoko divisional police command MMTD for na won be fa o say dai ene mu hwe ngo mo nsa na me from say say because me ntiase ha me ntiase entibo prakwan hu nyina akọ prakwan hu nyina akọ abusia obia nta obi wo man mu nanso se ye bre ne ebo ahomoden ya ade a ye nyina ye mfa odo ye mfa nye oman no eni ya prakwan we kwan mu nyina ya prepra na ba begu ha montwini nyina ngu form tesa de MMTD commander mo na o asa me frɛ no obefa anya fine yes mo share movie na mo ekwan papa wa brochira mo say ga bibini kwan nye na so bibini na akra no ono nkosu na dira no ha no
right if I'm like about okwa video e ona no keji wo politicians I mean kwawo ni won fe na mo lo e mi do ame na wa ke me na me yin chela abe me na me sumo ni papai me na me ka ofe no ko papai han me de ncha me na amele ncha madumo no na mba fitel no nya wo lo ashka mo ni wo yi ani da ne wo ka bibio papa me na abu como this huge stretch na afe ne como mi ke bwa ke mene mo no na le ne amebu ite lo mu eche no na ke me drivers ni wo fe ball afo mi asio na me because some of them may think ake they am in tune am fit a construction company dey chu ne alo ekole moko na echu abe bo na be ni chu show na ke mene le na ke driver ne wa no na ke no something is wrong ne wa ne ebo am question mo I mean bolinche komo aba fiteshka na ke fe gbeda na afo wo gbe yin ni fi agbe yin wo go gbe yin ni fi agbe yin wo contractor ni alote I mean bolinche komo e ka na contractor ne te be no lu e be ba cut corners e ke ba cut corners because es mo ne ba bonyomo no ke eta abashweshi na lo no kona asani ko le 10 ni asani ke fe sane ke te ko ashweshi no ba ina ke ni 8 eke ka fe gbe eche no 6 months no gbe no fe famo alo poke ba po ekwe aka jete no just eke ko ta ba shwe no na kan no eke ke nu ngone no fi okono ni cash chomo no eke gbe no fe famo maba government ba fi teshka ne ke fi ni papa lele nche na no ne wo kla apo ni e ka keshi ka me nsumo da na sani ne na ne ke no sani twa highway straight alo twa police straight ne du mo shikata be ni police baba na ba lo ameke ya mene masana mamu ame I hope ake video ne Ghana police ba na ne ke video ne koni mamu ame allo ame fe I mean how ma post the Twitter ni ma tag Ghana police me ni e banjo me ma post video ne Twitter ke Instagram ni ma tag Ghana police I mean what is wrong with us as a people me no fear ma post video ne Twitter ma post ni ma tag Ghana police. This is crazy tay na ke shwe ni na ke mfegbe nyele nche ni yoje nyemfo be na yakwe me farmers ni yoje me ni me come the way ekole drivers and the way ni me complain and I can stretch no cap government eta ushika na ba afi anye o alo obu abobo ya o can lo teye. What is wrong with us? On a short on a to mo be ni papa le UM ke o kwa movie no kwa ablochi e lo ba ke ablochi gbe le 4 sibode ncho no na ba afi o fitele ablochi akeba ke me kometala bi enike afegbe na ke ni bi baswe no na me juo ga ya. Anyways, and we'll move on to our main story for today. Our main story for today to be in kebo ke chonye mene speaker Bagbin ejegba Akuffo Addo atwele na chela kono ni mokomoko expect like I said ni intejilebie kenga director you mean like mene one a lot of stories no about one a lot of stories ni makpa nation film abashia no nene Bagbin ni mokomoko ona benincho it turned the whole social media space into a huge frenzy bona benincho NDCB nya MPBB umbole amenfo ye corner me but like I said is it really good for our democracy bona benincho mabo both sides of the story well can you back ye ni wo face story the main story actually no was about the fact that bedi wa ateshile bi emie Akuffo Addo secretary niji nana asenti bedi eto egma letter kete parliament ake esa ni parliament transmit or bill po keba presidency she aka ma ke bia me I'm fair retreat the Peduase law je parliament try 2 times so ni ameba transmit bill keba she Akuffo Addo sign bill attorney general advice Akuffo Addo ake ka sign bill ke ba ka ye video me ofa na o mo ko kwekwe o ba nyokwe koni onu ne ke story na shishi ojugban nke letter me screen no ni nkande ni wo fe mini wo fe wonu right so I mean everybody pretty much especially from the minority side there President Mahama go baha Akuffo Addo wa like papa obe right no ba chon parliament no ni asani parliament afe kenya ba kayen twa honorable Arena Idrisu former minority leader leun a video nke habo ni a read constitution na ka Akuffo Addo ke dabi no ofio otomla constitution na na kai ke parliament be bill na ni akeba habo no ni mla ko bu akofie femo cosmo no sanye obanyo vito ko vito ni wokeba wo banyo wo fe no ni wo mla ko wo alo mla mo wogbe ni wo fe bona benicho no obeyegbe ni esani onmawolo no ba ke wo po ake wo ke bile akaba klapo because akeni ete court na kan be mla mi akasa no fe na kan wo fe we are 3 separate branches of government onyo eni wonye wo moko control moko mo fe no ni constitution ale egbe aka fe mini efe bona benicho so be awajeme ili aka obe na iwe na kan be sefo asma ngmene no ni ba je no go bibio mene speaker Bagbin eke ha Akuffo Addo wa ka Akuffo Addo ake keji papa bon okay ake bile ete court no wakeka bapo no sanye won o minister say no ke ba na vet here won mokoye asiu no ni mo asiu no won be won o minister say wo vet here amehu what suspend no fair no what shut down parliament synodai bona beninchon ike ni efe ba basa de nche I mean and like I said call your NDC be aside there nege no go ba ngona ni call your MPP be aside there but we need to ask ourselves okay, it is really good for our democracy where any are two branches of our government. I mean they are loggerheads ni bole but ona benicho ni ameka amenchwa mene is it really good for our democracy ona benicho? That is the question. It means money asani warfare what be way but can you really blame Speaker Bagbin because I think a president actually I think a step beyond a boundaries. Now, kaji bill ba ni osumo no sign or just veto mobile and koni parliament will take it from there. Veto it and let parliament take it up from there. Come here, veto proof majority. Ambanya I'm about vote keke mini. I'm overcome veto. Come be legbo. You understand what I'm saying? But don't say actually because I can near a court a war then instruct parliament I make a bill poakaba. I think that is the language ni egba parliament be an our speaker like the fact actually I make a bill poakaba I make a transmit bill poke presidency bona benicho and I think it was a little bit of a stretch. Of an amateur speaker Bagbin a nonin carbone before a main speech they ka yuake kanona Akuffo Addo ke ne ame ono na me fi on our bono na yue to first before match the other video and bofa ne komole.
Honorable members, it's time for reflective conclusion. Several critical points emerge that underscore the importance of adhering to constitutional and legal frameworks within our democratic governance. Firstly, the President's refusal to accept the transmission of the bill is, by all accounts, not supported by the constitutional and statutory provisions that guide our legislative process.
So basically, Speaker Bagbin niya shishino mo miye no ni president if ye constitution pa bona benicho ye constitution e ya apply
passed by parliament mandating the transmission of the bill to the president for assent or rejection. Therefore, the refusal to even accept the bill for consideration falls outside the legal bounds established by our constitutional framework. It is incumbent upon the President to accept the bill and take the necessary action.
Right. So if I speak, I don't know you before inform like a decision. But I been to so no charge yeah. Get president at least a sumo opponent a sign your bill at least. Sani engme beni parliament actually nuchumo. Mla jake ke parliament pass a bill. Now me fe all the necessary procedural nibi na sana me fe mla chon no gwake asana ke bill a transmit bill ke a presidency. But I been to Akuffo Addo allow presidency. Let me put it that way. Be right neighbor ke parliament ake bona benicho esa na make bill po ba ona benicho. I think ake jamejino ni ewu amemi la wa the fact ake shi nana asenti bedi etuo engma letter ni ekama ake shi esa ni ake bill po ba bona benicho no jino ni gba me na wa no ba na kenye aka ye nana asenti bedi etuo eyu no ko use Latin word ko yin ekpa no Latin phrase ko ye letter ni ngma ni chon ake by mlana keji noko ye court yin esa ni afio no ko ni eba prejudice bona case bona benicho e court yin ekpa no status quo noko yin ekpa no ojogba bona benicho so at least keji na kan podi enche I can understand where any president sumoni eba prejudice case before the Supreme Court, but at least bill po bona ke bill le nwe a number of days ni sani a sign now ke bill po ni a sign Parliament I'm standing order say me no na sana me fe keji days na sani president a sign bill ni a sign ko sana me fe I'm standing order say me bona I think I get 14 days 7 days le no ni ji bona benicho ona benicho so I'm back can day say keji 14 days say she ni president a sign ko bill I'm standing order say chon am no ni asana me fe now ke president a sumo na sign e ba nye veto ke veto bill le nwe e ba kwese ba parliament back ke parliament veto proof majority amanya may override a veto and then the bill becomes law. But Benicho she presidency a bed right neighbor ake parliament ake esana mechumo amenuchumo ona Benicho, and I think ake that is what actually pissed them off. Bona Benicho, and like I told you, a surprise majority wa dienche. Bona Benicho, no atumo benin kebwe Kenya ba aka Akuffo Addo if a reshuffle me jigbetene no achake me come I move me come from one ministry to the other me come la akpa me kla na me come. Now Speaker Bagbin kake neke veti ne nwe mokweje wote Honorable Roxanne Dafemekpo Legi MP for South Dae. Bona Benicho NDC MP ni Roxanne Dafemekpo NDC MP for South Dae I think yeah ekete court ASU ake Akuffo Addo aka I mean ASU parliament ake parliament aka vet minister said ni Akuffo Addo nominated Bona Benicho so speaker ke well keji noni otawo no chone ake keji ake mlate court moko asiu legislature alo moko asiu mlako na atawo ni afi ye court no elebe esa ni mokofi onokomo keji na kanji onion shinomo alo na kanji noni otawo no chon akeke moko kesanete court ni ekom la ekwe esa ni atun eni ebe won o minister se no ge wo vete Honorable Dafemekpo ete asiu no na ete asiu ebe won wanye watun eni mo ka tabeni abaye na kansane tumobeni wo ke ge bi abile ba no ka kete court ni bonwu osumo no ba atun eni until court ba yuata won ba follow gbe no gba won wo ba follow no nya wo fen wo ya ale na kan mo ofane awobo Speaker Bagbin to bi ami na ewie na kan ewie mo
Be that as it may, honorable members, I also bring to your attention the receipt of a process from the courts titled Roxanne Nelson Eche K. Dafemekpo versus the Speaker of Parliament and the Attorney General. Suit number J1/12/2024, which process was served on the 19th, that is yesterday, March 2024, and an injunction motion on notice seeking to restrain the Speaker from proceeding with the vetting and approval of the names of the persons submitted by His Excellency the President until the provisions of the Constitution are satisfied. Honorable members, in the light of this process, the House is unable to continue to consider the nominations of His Excellency the President, to use the language of the Attorney General and Minister for Justice, quote, in the spirit of upholding the rule of law, unquote, until after the determination of the application for interlocutory injunction by the Supreme Court. Honorable members, this is the precedent that is being set by His Excellency the President for all Ghanaians to follow. So any matter that comes before Parliament, any Ghanaian
this is a bad precedent.
Can issue a writ,
I don't know, but
and follow it with an application for injunction, and that is enough to injunct Parliament from proceeding with the consideration of the business in the House. Honorable members, I thank you all for your attention.
Right, so if I'm like a video, like I said, so that pretty much no Speaker Bagbin you ne. Look, na kanjino ni bena Akuffo Addo tawo ne yale a minister say na vete no many nominate na vete honorable da fe me po e asiu no ni le won e asiu ni sane e court be a minister say anya vete ya me bona be nchoni close down parliament synod pretty means like indefinitely bona be nchon until further notice. Oh, you understand what I'm saying? So they don't have a specific date now bagbele. And I think if you ask me, like I said, an ambulance ambulance, right? It is very, very, very sad. Like I said, this is not good. This is not good. Like this in your jibwe, you may be happy. Bona Beninchon, Nika MPP in Yojibwe, you may not really like it, like I said, but from the point of Ghana as a man, I don't think any of us should be proud of this. I think Sani President Ebomode Koni Ekwanone Bafi. You understand what I'm saying? We cannot have Parliament and shut House set down because President can sign bill. You understand what I'm saying? President won't be right neighbor actual Parliament noni asani amefe mini amefe. So if you ask me, I don't think this is good for our country. To be very honest with you, I don't think this is good for our country. You understand what I'm saying? Minority, they were taken aback by this decision. Any Speaker Bagbin make a shock me wadenche a fear me nakwe wadenche. They were not expecting Speaker back close Parliament Sinna die bona benincho ni ba suspend sitting clear completely more so uno ne ke chano unjake until ni about deal with like a lawsuit any honorable da fe me po a file e court minister say ni Akuffo Addo nominate na veta me vet yan le nwe afomi. You understand what I'm saying? Fine, honorable Afenyo Mark into it be express a displeasure to the way ni Speaker Bagbin handle this whole thing. Fine, Kwamole
express certain views regarding certain matters before the Supreme Court of the land. Which letter today Mr. Speaker had cause to respond to? Mr. Speaker expresses his agreement regarding the content of the said letter. Unfortunately, Mr. Speaker went beyond expressing this agreement and rather pronounced judgment on what in his view was wrong. Mr. Speaker did not only stop there, he also used very unsavory words to describe Mr. President. We believe that in a democracy, we have a right to disagree on views expressed, but we do not have right to say things to denigrate another.
I mean, Obanage, Honorable Afenyo Markin is. I mean, he was really disappointed in the speaker.
Now, let me go.
The speaker used unsavory words towards the president, and I think I agree with him. Look, there must be decorum amongst our leaders, in the house and amongst our leaders. It shouldn't be so.
Communications to the house. We in the majority beg to disagree on the position taken by him. If you carefully read the letter that was sent to Parliament, Mr. President limited himself to the processes before the court. And the fact that Parliament itself, through an affidavit, had joined issues. Parliament has filed an affidavit.
So the point is, and as you are presidency, as you when it comes to the anti-gay bill, she assume Parliament too. So now assume Parliament too. If I expect I can speak about music because assume Parliament too.
The proceedings of Parliament. In any event, Mr. Speaker has always deferred to the leadership of the House to guide him in the conduct of business. This morning, the leadership of the House sat together to discuss the various items to be taken. We have finished some of them. There were some that we were supposed to take, and we're told that Mr. Speaker would have to take the chair. It's very disappointing that after Mr. Speaker had made known his own views about the letter sent from the presidency to the clerk, he adjourned the House Synod without giving room for the leadership of the House to even comment. This we find very
right.
strange.
So usually a speaker make a statement that on a particular subject. I allow both sides. Now, I'm a maker. I'm a speeches to put it that way. See, this time around, the speaker you express no a shut house head down.
We all need to reflect on the way forward as a nation. He said he was not going into the matter as that would undermine the outcome of same. But we all know that the very issue that was raised by Honorable Dafemepo had to do with the continuing ministers who had been reshuffled to other ministries. The issue of constitutionality of certain nominees had been determined by way of they going through the vetting process, a report coming before the House for debate and final decision. So for me, these are two unrelated issues. How can the Dafemepo raise an issue regarding a minister who has been transferred? Let's put it in that state, that a minister in one ministry has been moved to another ministry, and the words used by Mr. President was that he has relieved them of their portfolio and moving them to another ministry. How does that affect a situation where a nominee has been referred to a appointment committee? Appointment committee has vetted that person, brought a report, and you say that there's an injunction application pending. Therefore, such a situation cannot be considered by Parliament.
Right, so you can clearly tell like near majority the way ni be turn out today. Like I said, I mean, follow the political landscape. Everybody was really shocked. Follow politics, I should say. I should put it that way. A shock him, the way, and it was towards the end of the day. I mean, Jena Agbeneta, Bona Benincho. So I mean it didn't happen early in the day. Ona Benincho ni me I feel like a bad the day was almost over. Time ni na ye I think I got almost 4 then a timeline no. Bona Benincho jo around 3:30 in a timeline no. So no me come I chat to mo what 7:30 Ghana. Ona Benincho ball parliament be na me check am sitting I'm usually I'm a sit up. But a shock me why Bona Benincho, it shocked me why you can tell like a majority they were taken aback. They were not expecting like a speaker Bona Benincho ni ko onake afenyo market is really disappointed. You can tell from the video like disappointment ni sure they no go be bio nake ba me do myself they weren't expecting like a speaker ba try nake ball. She I think like a president a force to speak her hand. Bona Benincho ni a push to the wall. They take naked drastic measure. I don't think this has been done before. And both ends, I don't think there has ever been a time where any president can wake a parliament ask you yemlane so inside down until court Bagbin. So nibi enyoni ya no fe eko bako like I'm saying, this is good for our democracy. Finally, a court say bad decide want a settled case ni going forward. But on the other hand, well, like I said, I don't think this is good. Where you have both I mean where you have two branches of our government, they are loggerheads. They can I mean I track I don't know, but hey, like I said, so the majority on your body, minority. I mean, you would think they were in tandem with the speaker. Don't forget, speaker and this in your so do not be surprised if it tomorrow. Excuse me. Minority kele jomon fe komi Bona Benincho and this in your speaker Bagbin and this in your you understand what I'm saying? So now what boy minority untwe ni wakononi ameyue and make decision any atake
of the office of the president. The Constitution of Ghana spells out in plain language when the president of the Republic of Ghana must do when Parliament passes a bill and present to His Excellency the President. The President must assent to the bill or must refuse to assent to the bill when it is presented to him as the President of the Republic. These are the only options, and in this case, there is no middle ground at all per the constitutional imperative. Ladies and gentlemen, let me also say that in the instance case of the Human Sexual Rights and Family Values Bill 2024, President Akuffo Addo has taken a strange and alien position, which is unknown to the Constitution of the Republic of Ghana.
Right, so Dr. Akuffo president yes, that is an there has never been a time where President in my parliament let a name back transmit a bill.
It is obvious that
this is crazy.
This honorable house is also unable and cannot approve those ministerial nominees His Excellency the President has also presented to Parliament. At this point, the President may have to
by that talking I'm very president nominees for ministerial positions.
Downsizing the size of his government. Let me say that merely piling on numbers by way of appointing ministers and deputy ministers does not signal to the people of Ghana that the president understands the seriousness of the mess that he and his government has created in our country. Ladies and gentlemen, let me also say that this may be a good time for President Akuffo Addo to listen to the feedback about the size of his government. At the very least, the two top political parties, namely the NDC and the MPP, agree to downsize government size the way forward. There is an urgent need to downsize the government in order to save the taxpayers from huge cost of running the government. Already,
President Mahama has signaled.
I mean, Akuffo Addo ministers say, I mean, the size of the government is too big.
More than 60
it is
ministers.
Too big.
Interestingly, we are also aware that the vice president, who was part of a government that appointed 125 ministers, has come around to also promise 50 ministers. So all what we are saying is that, may I ask, ladies and gentlemen from the media, what is the prudent justification for a minister of state at the Ministry of Finance, which with 2 deputy ministers and a minister of state? Again, why do we have the same ministers and ministers of local government, 2 deputy ministers and a minister of state at the Ministry of Local Government? Ladies and gentlemen, I wish to conclude
so finance ministry to come 4 ministers.
The right honorable
I mean, how?
Has
1 ministry, 4 ministers.
A call for parliament to unite
sanitation ministry 4 ministers. I mean, this is crazy. Crazy.
We in the NDC minority is ready to protect the sanctity of the Constitution of the Republic of Ghana, and we stand with the Speaker of Parliament in this. Let the President of Ghana and his government be aware that where this country is going is strange under his watch, and the NDC minority will not countenance it. But I want to urge that it is obvious that His Excellency the President has breached the Constitution, and we will advise ourselves. In the coming days, don't be surprised that we will begin impeachment proceedings against the president. Thank you very much.
Right. So if I get one minority and we so Honorable Dr. Akuffo we no born abenicho. So I mean, lewe ke yeah no na Akuffo Addo fear ejino koni afekwe ko down in the history of Ghana. Born abenicho where any president they try any direct parliament no ni asana amefi. Born abenicho. So by that same token minister say na vet one of the MPs ASU Bona Benicho no na asiwe keji gbeni president sumo na ya ne be amewa me ba ya na gbe no efemi ni ehale ona Benicho amenya ameveti a minister say yale until lawsuit against the vetting Supreme Court ba suddenly out. Like I said, if you ask me, I don't think this is good for the country. Bona Benicho amount on a close parliament down. Bona Benicho, there are so many things they should be working on. She like I said, speaker miyefu, minority miyefu. You understand what I'm saying? Majority miyefu. So the people's house has been closed down. Bona Benicho, and if you ask me, I don't think that is a good thing. I hope cooler heads will prevail. Bona Benicho, I think president be a mini parliament be in a recess ne. Sani Ebomode Nkoni leadership from both sides can speak and ametashi na amekwake ambanye amefe nuku ye Bona Benicho all this hula balu meneke ya no kona me work together for Ghana. Bona Benicho niole Dr. Akuffo we no very interesting towards the end of we shouldn't be surprised keji over the next couple of weeks I'm a track I'm about impeach Akuffo Addo Bona Benicho for not doing what constitution mandate or AKFA. Bona Benicho. So makwake impeachment proceedings ba start low Bona Benicho and Ghana led the way ni mla work or when it comes to impeachment. Bona Benicho minority I may ben number say but I mean it's 137 but mind you independent community if it am here previously MPP nuni so a caucus with the MPP and you know how I'm a majority Bona Benicho. So I don't know actually NDCB they don't have the numbers Bona Benicho. So I don't know how I don't know the way ni Ghana constitution work on ni but I think I can you jino koni amba femini ambanya na ameba ambanya na amefi ball be usually ke obe majority when you start impeachment proceedings the party in power am control committee so keji am control committee chairman le ba chon ni bi na agbaba committee da ba mark le up na ba you na Benicho na ba dan dey ba the whole floor put na about we Bona Benicho. So I don't know how ni the way ni Ghana constitution work or where ni minority ba a start impeachment proceedings against president ni a party is the majority in parliament. I don't know how it work, but we'll be here to see. So this is what went on when it comes to the anti-gay bill. Any president my parliament letter parliament I make a president ofe because as you boy won't vet more or minister say no vet or won't as you no won't wafe I mean close parliament down. I made Asia until further notice. I mean, this is really crazy, but there you have it. So, like I said, if you ask me, I hope I can Akuffo Addo. A call a tree, Akuffo Addo ball, a tree bear now. So, no need you, and I don't think Ake is going to do it. But this is the time now, Sunny Square. Eta will be over the weekend. HR speaker, HR leadership from both parties. I mean, Pedro say Lord back now. Ma tashi now. I may sort things out. They should talk to each other. Bona Benichon. It's an entrenched position. You may know by an entrenched position. Ewa Ghana. Bona Benichon. So I hope they will be able to figure it out. Anyways, I think I got one more story. And in Kechano, Ghana teachers say they strike. Kejemene. Nigga bo you on Ghana teachers say I made a strike. Bona Benito pre-tertiary teachers it a strike. Bona so the secondary school all the way down I made a strike. Mini just stand here. I make a collective agreement. Ni I make a true near end last year. Expire last year. Kebatabia ne I negotiate to go new one lolo. Bona Benito I negotiate to go new one lolo. No can expire last year. I negotiate go new one solo. I may really be work government promise ake ba me fair laptops akwa molo government calendar dan government chake calendar mene benyele mene ke aje schoolji September the next term ebe no ba na sa the next academic year calendar start in January the following year the academic year be ni MPPB ne ba no chake mo so am chake ni teacher say ke ana me no fair basa bona benichon am conditions now make a true near I renew pretty much I'm a contractor I renew contractor me nibi ni am ba need na make a true near government me agbene government te calendar da na chake academic year by agency September next academic year ke agency January following academic year ke agency December like no fair basa Bona Benicho no le MPPB nele the way ni ame mess up that is where ni you would I think I agree with this thing. I can look. There should be certain sectors. Bona Benincho, we need a comprehensive plan where both political parties say come bad, they will just implement it. Meneke no ba ni meneke no ba. Sana tashi not draft a comprehensive plan for the nation. Ona keji anya fair for every sector. Bona they are said, and I think education is one of them. Where ni kemoko ba noni you just follow it. Bona Benincho, just follow the plan. Mokwaka ne ke no ba ni me no ke no ba. Bolenche come on teacher say complain on it. Academic year by agency September this year. Next academic year ke agency January. Following academic year ke agency December. I me no fear basa. No fear basa. Ni bi na sana ha me na menya me ke choni aha me. Bona Benicho, everything basa when it comes to our education. Our loshika think and we free SHS me. What basic education and neglect come infrastructure deficit ni wayo in our basic education. What big be in talate and olo American kaseni. What big be in talachi ashisholo na ken kaseni. There are so many things. Trust me, nobody is saying that free SHS no go bonyo ni. Kamo kebo na kemo male. But I don't think Ghana as a country we are ready for such a policy. Because one neglect basic education. What basic education and neglect le class, and neglect le class. No ni any make o you any MPPB come no shishi ni. I don't get it. One neglect the basic side of our education. Ni wakashkafe we secondary school sami. Ni it make sense. I build a machu na kind. You understand what I'm saying? You must build a solid foundation, a very solid foundation, in order for your building. She was your foundation and one neglect it. You won't push it. No, put the chair. You work a scarf and women put the chair. Fei, Nibia Fei Alojuba. Biane Como, what teachers? A call, I made a strike. From secondary school all the way down. Teachers FA, Teachers Association FA, Fei strike. Bona Benicho, because I'm a contract, I renew ko. I'm a conditions of service. Na sana I renegotiate ko na kwa be na ba fe. Afe ko lojugba. Ni bi na sana government e ha me e yan kwa mojugba. Over ne bo amelenche tuwe.
1. Delay with negotiation of the new collective agreement. It will interest you to know that following the expiration of the collective agreement in 2023, negotiation of the new collective agreement should have completed on or before February 29 this year. But this has not been so. Thus, the new collective agreement stands unnegotiated, and we raise this concern in our letter to the Director General of GES dated 29th February 2024, and also inform the National Labour Commission accordingly. As we gathered here now, the issue is still outstanding. Ladies and gentlemen, 2, scheme of service. We have also drawn the attention of the Director General of the GES to the fact that the Ghana Education Service does not have a functional scheme of service for teachers. That's a much cogent and appropriate one, which takes care of all requirements in the teaching profession, needs to be developed for us. We have cried out over this to no avail.
So pretty much they've been working without a contract. Because I'm a contractor expired last year.
Equally important to the teachers are the following issues: the inability of government and the service to complete the distribution of the laptops to all teachers is of concern. The rampant changes of the school calendar without recourse to negotiation with the teacher unions is affecting the smooth operation of the service. Also, the blockade of teacher salaries by the Office of the Special Prosecutor without recourse to the laid down procedures is a major worry. Ladies and gentlemen, our call to action. In the light of the above circumstances and given the delays and unfulfilled promises on the part of the employer and the Fair Wages and Salaries Commission, and also threats from the rank and file of our members, we, the pre-tertiary teacher union, do stand with our members and hereby declare a nationwide industrial action effective today. We declare an industrial action effective today, Wednesday, 20th March 2024, to press home our demand. Thank you very much.
So called by my concerns, I mean they are legitimate. Honor Benicho contract expired excuse me last year. I renew ko honor and negotiations negotiations are end February March benomo ameleni negotiations there. Bona Benicho. So I mean, you can understand where they are frustrated. Bona Benicho. I'm a real laptop sani aha I'm a fanny. I mean bomodena menya me kechoni kabatabi laptop say back laptop say bakolo, excuse me. But on a Benicho laptop say bakolo on a Benicho. I'm a real calendar to my Benin Kebwe school year this year school year September the following year Beno school year starts sometime in December like no fair no if basa bona Benicho where what this what only was school sanele ejeno kona sana keshwe kulai bona Benicho was school sanele ejeno kona sana keshwe kulani and the way ni meneme the way ni I'm a free SHS no fair ni bi fe basa ya unto wa ade enche ya unto wa ade enche bona Benicho I'm a teme kuma salaries uni Office of the Special Prosecutor etanoni kenye ba kaye no Office of the Special Prosecutor chono gwake ko ote na ka me sector there a lot of ghost names why jame bona Benicho ni me kuma yeshika na sani am here bona Benicho she I'm a member say ni tafla chekula menchuni ni neke investigations ni Office of the Special Prosecutor fio gba me na affect me bona Benicho so I mean town na me ba I mean you cannot blame the Office of the Special Prosecutor. You cannot blame him. Bona Benicho, that is the nuchu money as a neighbor to Ona Benicho. He's supposed to fight against corruption and so on. So can a sector go near feel like you should many I can try mao joe. If your investigations, Bona Beni, but I can understand because many any legitimately na me tuni na sana pay ame amount on na ka investigation say if esa me fe ame na ni be na sana wo amenyomo awo amenyomo. So I can understand some of their frustration ona be dincho. But there you have it. Ghana teachers a strike. Secondary school Kembashpon fe amete strike. Ona, there are concerns. Like I said, you cannot blame them. These are legitimate concerns. You cannot blame them. Bona Benincho, you cannot blame them. I'm a contract expire. Pretty much. Ona Benincho, it needs to be renewed. Ona, minijino ni government if you're not government and drag in ane. Ona Benincho, nibi na mbana mkwachuni no ke hame o chake school calendar anyhow. Ona Benincho, there are so many things ni asani afe when it comes to education. No, if you aminakbe ntumo nyejo ngene gbete na Akuffo Addo ke every child the laptop. Like, is that what we really need? Or make a laptop. Meanwhile, like make be I'm a classrooms. Make a touch oshishi. Come on, laptop me bafi. Laptop bag me sure no. A laptop bag me sure no. I'm a take baby come. I'm a school say come po ni kanebe mi. No na can make a call laptop. Te ba fe te ba charge. Internet te ba fe te ba have access to internet. I'm a district come na me yo podi enche internet ni ne beja me ojugba. Ona Benincho, so call make a laptop. Me bafi. Misplaced priorities. Bona Benincho. Oh, every student in Ghana as of now, laptop do you know now me need. Textbooks podi enche. Hey, come here need kabatabi and make be about textbooks now. I'm a need now make bafi ni apolencha. I mean, every child Ghana laptop mini no bafi. Me no bafi. What secondary school make be na me ya ne come ni na me yo. Come on, you na me yo. Come on, you beg laptop and no one. Me nek bafi. Or I provide free internet for beg be. Ona Benincho. So the priority is misplaced. They need proper classrooms. Teachers say, "Sana ko ni bi na me need you ake ha mo jogba." Bona Benincho. They need proper dormitories. They need proper dining rooms. Asana me yeni papa. I'm a textbook says ani fair provide ha me. Any maker was share on what tackle na can be a fair. Then we move on, we provide laptops. See, the average student in your Ghana a needy laptop from secondary school can bashbon. JNOG. They need better classrooms. They need desk. We can be a committee. I'm a bed desk. Secondary school, I'm a bed desk na metano. A bed desk na metano. Or all a laptop. Minek bafi. So one look by in a letter flash. I think I get a problem here. Eshofio, Bona Benincho, Eshofio, and Sana Mekwana Mekwe. Onimshishi, Sana Mekwana Mekwe. Anyway, so Bali, these are the stories. Ni in Kabambo many BAT, no Nyemabo headlines, no Aninkawabi, Bona Benincho. I think I get waffy 1 hour. So Wakawabi and Naka. Oira don't wake Ofe Beni, Okwemi, Ofine, Ingbejini Tete Obobi Ashon, aka Mr. Independent. Ofine Kejo ya Jomokonos Monochon, Bomodeno Kewo any Akejomo Chomo war. Agbenemu Keji o subscribe go Minkpabo Fai, Bomodeni o subscribe Ona Beninchon, Bonafeni Kewo wogme no onine ahye no mla agbenu ke ojalinke no ke ona ne me ko son lo ni okafoni ni acha me na me ba fita wo ye e ba ngon na wa ake ofi na kan o ira don fa ne bomode ni o like show am ami efe no yo o manye juno ko manye papa ablabo o ira don bye bye.
Yeah baba it's neat. Them say you want to chop my